Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a important announcement. If you'd have watched the Wheel of Pain episode 9, I believe it is now, I did hint at an important announcement, and this is it. So, as you can see from the title, and obviously it's not clickbait as some of you may think, I will be retiring from doing long-form content for the channel for now. There's a reason why there's for now, because, if things improve, then I'll come back to it. So, what has influenced my decision? Short answer, the long form content has been tanking hard, and it's been actually doing that for quite a while. The shorts, meanwhile, far from it, and it's really hard to ignore it. The long answer, I've noticed this tanking for a while now, and it's been really demoralising. I have been slow in terms of reviews due to other commitments, and not really getting the time to do them, and I can only apologise for that, because as you already know, I do enjoy doing them. But the regular series that many seem to have liked just don't get watched anymore. Dumb Comments, I know, was one that many enjoyed when I first did that. Forgotten Vehicles was another one that a lot of people enjoyed, but obviously, due to the increase in the player base and vehicles actually getting played more, that series needed to die, as far as I'm concerned. The Talisman series, the guides, which the guides are probably the best thing that I've done for the channel, but even they've stagnated in terms of views. Those just don't get watched anymore and have barely increased in traffic. And the newest videos have been tanking hard, whereas my shorts have easily been breaking record numbers for the channel. Even the ones where I still break more than 90% of released long-form content as of right now. I've also been growing because of shorts and not long-form content, with subscribers mainly coming from shorts now and not long-form content. Additionally, cutting out long-form content means I can do shorts even more, and still continue playing War Thunder and continue to make content from shorts. So what is the other thing that I will be doing then? Well, as you already know, I do my Pokemon channel in my spare time as well. Obviously, with me moving to shorts, primarily as my content for this main channel, it means I can put a lot more time into my Pokemon channel. Now, I know looking at the, the views and the subscriber count, that's not great, but remember that I started this channel when I came back from my break, so about 7 to just under 8 months ago. And as some of you may know, I made the plunge, because it was something I've always wanted to do, and something I've always wanted to push myself into achieving. But in the short time I've done Pokemon itself, I've gained respect and support from a few content creators. I've grown far faster with fewer videos than the War Thunder channel ever did in its early stages of its life. And I've even been invited to a Pokemon Creator Showdown, where, I'm going to be put to the test. I have 15 minutes to build a deck. And the only reason I got asked to do that was because of one of my series that I do on my Pokemon channel. And I never got any of this for the main channel. And the creators I've had along the way with War Thunder either have moved on, they don't really talk to me anymore, or they're stuck in the same boat as me, But I'm not jumping ship completely, as I do have the plan to keep doing content for the main channel, but it's something that a lot of War Thunder creators are jumping to a lot more. And as I've already said, it's shorts. As you already know, I do them as it is, but given the lack of interest in long-form content, I've decided to make the shift, at least for now, completely to shorts. It's a sad thing to have to come to this conclusion, but I think for my own interest and my own time, the lack of interest in long-form, it's far easier to do shorts, well, as some people would call it, short form, as it works out for the channel better and is less time consuming for me to have to worry about. As you can see with the screenshots on the right, shorts exploded my channel in terms of views and in gaining of subscribers. So I think to maintain the drive to do War Thunder content, this is the next step forward. As you can see, these are from some of the more popular shorts that I've had on the channel. So for example, the one on the top left, that is from the M4A1 with the 30 cal kill on a IKV 103. I don't remember the name of the title of the video, but as you can see, 51.4k views. Fair enough, that's dropped to, that's stagnated now, but, that's going to happen with every short. Not every short is going to be seen. But even the one after that, which is the one with the Cheeto, where I get the kill on the Styria Mill with the machine gun on it, that's 37, well, just over 37,500 views. Another one, which I think which one's this? This one's, I think, one involving an ISU where I bounced a shell, 34,000 views. And then another one that was about middle ground was about 23,000. as you can see, even though the subscriber count like gain isn't incredible, the fact that, you know, I'm getting more subscribers than I am from any other long form content is really starting to, you know, press that point forward. And another thing as well is the long form content that does get me subscribers, like the Air Defense Fighters Guide, the Bomber Guide, you know, things like that. Those do get me more subscribers and do get me more views, but the problem is it's taken years for that to happen. And, you know, if I can make a short, which this one here was released about 6 months ago, and get 51,000 views, which is nearly 3 times as much as my most viewed long-form content video, that kind of tells you. So what does this mean going forward? Shorts will now be the only content I publish, so no more long-form content until further notice, so no reviews, no guides, etc. The Discord server will remain open, linked in the description as always, as with every other link that I always link in the description below. Long-form content will also remain up on the channel, so I won't be deleting any, as I do have fond memories that I wish to keep, and most importantly, I know some of you do like going back to watch some of the videos. I know Munchkin does at the very least. If you do wish to keep up with long-form content from me, it will not be on this channel anymore, at least for now. But if you want to see me in a completely different light, the link to the Pokemon channel will be linked in the description below. Make sure to drop a sub as well, it does help the channel out a lot. And I'd love to break 100 subscribers sometime this year, and maybe even, you know, grow from there, because obviously the Creators Cook-Off is in April, about mid-April time. I think it's April 18th we planned for it, which is the weekend. It's a Saturday and Sunday, and, you know, I'm hoping that I can at least, you know, push myself to continue doing that. And as I said, the channel will not completely abandon long-form content, but until numbers improve, the drive to continue does, I will not proceed any further until then. And it's kind of a shame that I've had to do that, you know? I've had to jump to that conclusion. But, you know, it's something that I've had on my mind for a while, and I think just having a talk with some of my trusted, you know, companions and stuff in the Discord, I think I'm making the correct step. Some of you may disagree with that, and I may lose subscribers because of this video. But, you know, at the end of the day, I can't just put out videos for the 1% to 2% of viewers that actually watch the channel. If I'm more beneficial doing shorts, I will just do shorts. It's more beneficial for me. It gives me the drive to continue going and things like that. And, you know, it's one of those things. So I hope to see you all enjoying the shorts going forward. Obviously, I do have some saved in the background, but I will be working on new shorts as time goes on. Obviously, there is a battle pass to grind. I do want that J30 Mosquito, so that will be something that I do. And I hope that some of you will be sticking around regardless of these changes. It's a difficult thing to have to change doing shorts and not do long-form content, at least for now. But I'd rather commit the free time I have to doing content, to doing something that I feel will be more beneficial for me and the channel. And as usual, I will reply to all comments as I normally would, even on shorts. If you leave comments on the long form, I'll still respond there too. And the same with the Discord, I'll be in there as well, and I will still be active in the Discord, should you wish to join me in-game. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. I know it's a bit of a, you know, a bad thing to obviously, you know, announce on a, you know, a YouTube video and stuff like that. And, you know, there will be an official announcement in the Discord, which you can also read. That's a little bit different from this one, because obviously it's, you know, they're not actually seeing this video yet. It will be before this video goes out. Well, it will be the day before this video goes out is when I plan to put that post out on the Discord. But yeah, like I said, nothing's going to change going forward. It's just there will be no long-form content until further notice. And as I said, this is something that I think will be benefiting the channel a lot more than what you might think. And like I said, I can't commit my time to doing, you know, videos that are barely going to break triple digits. It's been something that I've noticed for a while now. Some of the videos have been doing that, and it's getting increasingly common. And, you know, it's even getting to the point where I looked at the, you know, the notifications part, and less than 6% actually have, like, all notifications turned on. And even outside of that, barely, what? Well, let me think. Let me do the math. Barely 20%, or just over 20% of that that 200 actually watch the videos that I put out now. And it's a shame, because, you know, I do like doing long-form content, as some of you already know. And, well, I don't really want to abandon it, but if I'm going to be, you know, putting my time into things and, you know, doing, you know, content still, I'd rather put my time into doing something that is beneficial for the channel, beneficial for me, beneficial for my spare time, beneficial for the Pokemon channel, you know, things like that. And like I said, if it does improve, so like long form content does start to have a bit more traction, that is when I will shift back to doing it and continue doing shorts as normal. But until then, that is going to be the plan for future and, well, going forward and everything. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for today, because obviously I didn't want this video to be too long, because, you know, there are timestamps, as I said, or as the opening slide dictated there. But as I said, if you do want to see me in the Discord, I'll be in there. If you want to see me in game, I'll still be in the game. You know, I'm not quitting the game either. But like I said, I just hope that this plan goes well, and obviously, you know, I hope that some of you stick around to do it. Anyway, we'll leave it all to it, and I'll see you next time.